Hello, beautiful people. My name is Lilame, and this is week 15 of the Master Key System. The Master Key System is a 24-week program written by Charles F. Hannell on how to manifest the life of your dreams. So this chapter starts off with a story about an experiment done on aphids or aphids. I don't really know how to pronounce that. If you're a gardener, you know that these little parasites live on plants. The aphids were put on a plant near a closed window that was allowed to dry out and die. Now, normally these little things do not have wings, but when they were put in a position where they could no longer sustain life on the plant, they grew temporary wings and flew onto the closed window to try and find better conditions for survival, which is pretty interesting. Just watching nature itself is fascinating. Hannell uses this experiment to illustrate the point that even the tiniest of living things can take advantage of universal energy in times of emergency. We are all programmed with the ability to get through difficult things. Up to this point, you've survived everything that you've gone through. And I know that some of you have gone through a lot. In fact, you might even, when you look back, it might feel like you had temporary wings because looking back now, it's unbelievable how you got through some of the situations, but you did get through it and you're here watching this video. The main message for week 15 is that all of the experiences we have in this life can be used for our benefit. We gain strength and happiness in proportion to our cooperation with the natural laws of what is. Every single one of us has and will go through difficult things. I keep saying this, guys, I'm not here to lie to you. Obstacles are necessary for our wisdom and spiritual growth. I know nobody ever wants to hear that whilst they're going through something difficult. But once we get past the initial shock and disbelief of our situation, we actually have the option to consciously work through the pain and use it for our growth. And so many spiritual teachers actually say this, that pain in this life is inevitable, but suffering is optional. In my own personal experience, I've suffered the most when I fight against reality, when I say that this should not be happening to me. The reality is that whatever's happening to you is already happening to you. For myself, I found the most empowering thought is that, or the most empowering question is, what lesson is in this situation? Or how will I come out better from this particular experience? And I might be brainwashing myself by thinking like this, but I found that I tend to move through the difficult time a lot quicker when I think like this. It just makes me feel better to believe that whatever the situation is, it's actually happening for my growth and my spiritual advancement. And guys, please don't get me wrong here. I'm not saying don't be compassionate to people who are going through difficult things. And I'm not saying go and say this to someone in lieu of comfort. Don't do that. I'm not saying that this is what you should do as well if you are going through something tough. Everyone has their own process and we all get to where we need to be when we get there. I'm only sharing what has been helpful for me in the hope that you might find it helpful as well. And by the way, I also haven't always thought like this and I don't always think like this. Sometimes I find myself stuck and suffering about certain situations, and in some cases, like for several years. And if that's the case for you, like you just can't seem to get past something specifically, you can actually begin to visualize yourself letting it go and being at peace with it and growing out of it. So just trust that we will get to where we need to get to when we get there, and you're being taken there. And if you're going through a difficult thing right now, I just want you to know that you're not alone, and I'm hoping that you come out of this better, brighter, and stronger than you were before. Okay, so Hanel says that we can overcome all kinds of limitations and poverty and suffering by substituting the principle for error. This means truth destroys lies, light removes darkness. So if you're looking at a circumstance in your life and you're not enjoying what's happening, you can begin to focus on what you want. Meditate on the truth that we manifest and create our lives through our thoughts, which are connected to the universal mind. Choose to believe that what you're seeing right now is actually a pathway towards what you want. The universe knows the quickest and most efficient way to get you to where you would like to be. So wherever you are on the path, just trust that you're being taken to where you would like to be. Even if right now you're in the middle of some serious crap, okay? And it does sound like you're brainwashing yourself, but these are helpful thoughts and empowering thoughts to get you to where you need to be. And the last point I want to make for this week is that knowledge does not apply itself, people. I know I've said this for the last 2 weeks, but I cannot emphasize it enough. Just because we have the knowledge of the creative power of thought does not mean that we're actually using it, okay? Begin to use it and just hang on to it and continue to do it and be persistent. Just be persistent. Remember, we're building a whole new way of thinking, a whole new way of being, really. Like these things don't just happen overnight. You've thought like this for your whole life. So you just have to be persistent, keep your eye on the prize and hang in there. Okay, things will start to change and shift as your mind changes and as you put in action what we're talking about. For our exercise this week, spend 15 to 20 minutes meditating on the fact that the value of information is in application. Just think about this. Everything that we've been doing for the past 14 weeks has been leading up to where we are now. And we need to start acting. Spend time in silence and think about what it would mean if everything that we've learned up until now is actually true and that your destiny is in your own hands. Growth is attained through an exchange of the old for the new, all right? Of the good for the better. We will not get to where we want to be if we are like clinging onto what we have, even if it's not working. We need to let it go and create space for new things. An extra little thing that you might want to do if you have time is clear out your house. I know very many of us around the world and in Australia are in lockdown right now. Maybe you can use this opportunity to clear out some things that you've been hanging on to make way for something new. I'm not saying get rid of valuable things, but I'm just saying that if there are things that are clogging up your space in your house that you no longer use or need or even like, maybe use this time to free yourself of it, bless someone else with those items and make space for better things. Guys, thank you so much for watching and thank you to the new subscribers. I hope you have a wonderful week. Do good things and be kind to yourself and other people. Thank you so much.